The night team's Theo Keith now with continuing coverage of the president's focus on the economy and why a Wisconsin businesswoman was watching in person. Theo?
Eric, Deb Carey was in First Lady Michelle Obama's box tonight. She's the owner of Glarus Brewing, a company growing fast enough to catch the president's eye. While the president talked about growing the U.S. economy, people in Glarus say Carey is to thank for growing the local economy.
Washington, D.C. isn't usually a big topic around Jeremy Bigler's bar.
I'm more than happy to talk about a lot of different things. Two things I don't really talk about are politics and religion.
It's the rule at Pimple's Old Tavern in New Glarus, where drinks and conversation have flowed for more than a century. But Tuesday, politics were hard to avoid in the village.
With Deb being on the State of the Union tonight, it's been a hot topic around town today.
Bigler says business has picked up in the past couple years thanks to the Spotted Cow beer on tap and the local company that brews it.
I just think in the last couple of years you've seen a really big boom in town, and related probably directly to the brewery.
Glarus Brewing's owner Deb Carey was in Washington last fall talking small business and the fiscal cliff with the president. Tuesday she was back listening to the State of the Union.
A growing economy that creates good middle-class jobs. That must be the North Star that guides our efforts.
President Obama didn't reference Carey specifically, but told Congress to create jobs through high-tech manufacturing hubs and upgrading the nation's roads and bridges. He called on lawmakers to avoid huge spending cuts that start 2 weeks from now.
The greatest nation on earth cannot keep conducting its business by drifting from one manufactured crisis to the next.
800 miles from Washington, those difficult decisions will impact people here, but the president's chosen spectator might be the biggest news of the night.
It'll help the town. It's a national exposure, and I think most business owners are probably pretty excited about that.
More about the president's speech and the economy. He started that speech talking about the most urgent of the nation's problems, the $1 trillion of across-the-board spending cuts that happened March 1st. You heard him there telling lawmakers to avoid them. Make smaller cuts, he says, and eliminate what he called special interest tax breaks to increase revenue, Eric.
A brewery getting quite the national reputation,
for sure.
but it's only ours in Wisconsin.
That's right.
Theo, thank you.
Yep.